All right, let's look at simplifying fractions, or another way of phrasing it, most teachers, they call that reducing fractions, okay, to the simplest form. All right, suppose we have this example. Let's start with example 3/6. The idea is this. You have to find a number that goes into both of these numbers, in the numerator and in the denominator, evenly. And if you can find that and divide the same number, then that would be it. So in this case, for example, 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 6 twice. So the equivalent fraction, or reduced fractions, or simplified form of that 3/6 is 1/2. Simple as that. Okay, let's look at another one. Okay, let's look at 12 divided by 18. Okay, here it is. Now, the greatest common factor, the GCF, remember that GCF, or greatest common factor, is one way to do that. And if you can't do that right away, that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Let's start with the slower factors. Okay, what goes into both of these evenly? Okay, now if you can come up with the biggest number right away, in this case is 6, great. But if it turns out that you can't, you reduce it with the smaller factors first. So let's do 2 first. Okay, so 2 goes into 12 6 times, 2 goes into 18 9 times. All right, now are we done? No. What goes into 6 and 9 evenly? Well, 3 does. Okay, let's do that. So 3 goes into 6 twice, 3 goes into 9 3 times. Final answer, the top value is 2, the numerator, the denominator is 3. Now, if you would have done this right away, you would say 12 divided by 18, and you notice that the GCF is 6. You can just right away say 6 goes into 12 twice, 6 goes into 18 3 times, and the final answer is 2/3, which is the same as that. And that is the most efficient way of doing that, and I'm hoping that by the end of this unit you can get to that, and once you go to grade 10 level, then you can do that very fast. All right, let's look at 35/14. All right, now notice that what is the common factor? The greatest common factor goes into both. Oh, notice that 7 goes into 2 of them, okay, to both. 7 goes into 35 5 times, 7 goes into 14 twice. Now, can we reduce that any further than that? No, we can't. So our fraction, 5/2. Done. Let's look at 90/120. Now, right away you can notice that, oh, I can actually divide both the top and bottom by 10 right away. Is it the greatest common factor? Probably not, but that's okay, right? And if you can right away see that, they say, oh, maybe 30 is. Oh, that's great, good for you. But you can do that right from the smallest factors if you wish. But 10 is right away, you can do that. You can do 5 as well. You can do 2 as well, right? There are many ways of doing this question. But let's start with the 10, because that's actually right away. 10 goes into 99 times. 10 goes into 120 12 times. Are we done? No. You're going to continue. 9 and 12. What goes into both of these evenly? 3. 3 goes into 9 3 times. 3 goes into 12 4 times. So what do we have in the numerator? 3. The denominator, 4. Okay, and this, by the way, this is only one way of doing this, simplifying this fraction. This is a specific fraction, 90/120. There are 3-4 other ways of doing that, using smaller factors or bigger factors. Okay, so that, for example, 90, if you use the GCF concept, notice that the GCF is 30. So right away you can say 30 goes into 93 times, 30 goes into 120 4 times, and here it is. So you can do that as well. Okay, perfect.